I don't stand side by side with nobody till I bleed with them first.
What did we just see? You probably think this world is a dream come true.
When I step into this ring, yeah, bro, I am addicted.
Don't sleep on Luca!
Maybe tomorrow we'll all wear 42.
If you fight for your dreams will fight for you.
So the Philadelphia Phillies are on a 3-game winning streak. All right. Last we were here and covering the Phillies, it was April 18th, I believe, is when that video went up. Yes, April 18th. That was right before the doubleheader of the day. And so, I don't remember what they're... Well, I could calculate it, but I don't want to waste too much time, like, trying to fill dead air. But they're 1 game off of breaking even. We're 11-12. Like I said, 3-game win streak. We're closing up on it. You know, we're about to get to 500, and you hope from there that they can, you know, stay above it. But got a pretty tough schedule coming up, you know. But first, looking into the games. First off, as I mentioned, we had a doubleheader against Chicago because I forget what got delayed. Yeah, I don't remember like what caused the delay. Maybe it was weather, but we had to play a doubleheader, and this annoyed me for one reason alone, and that's because in the second game, I don't even remember if we got a hit. I don't remember. I mean, maybe we got a couple hits, but like we didn't score anything. But I know who didn't get a hit, and that was Bryson Stott. And that ended up ending his hit streak of, you know, having a hit. And, like, he had a hit, like, every game so far this year. That ended up with that streak ending, which kind of sucks. But, you know, there's not much you can do about it. But the first game went really well for the Phillies. We ended up winning 7-4 behind Wheeler was pitching again. Yeah, sorry. It was Wheeler this game, and then Falter went the next game into doubleheader. Bryson Stott had 2 hits and a run. Kyle Schwarber had a run. Nick Castellanos had 3 hits with an RBI. Alec Boehm had 2 RBIs. Josh Harrison had 4 RBIs this game. That was a real good game from him. I mentioned this earlier, but like I need to find a better sort of like statistical page to look at, because for whatever reason the sites I use, they never show me like doubles, singles, triples, like to see what exactly like the hits were. And I have the worst memory, so even though I watched both of these games for the doubleheader, it's really tough to remember, you know, and especially to remember what was a home run. I have to like look through the play-by-play, but that means me sitting here, you know, just looking through. Wheeler had a tough game, you know. He let up 4 runs. He had 8 hits in the game. He did have 5 strikeouts, but yeah, he was struggling a bit. But thankfully, Gregory Soto, Craig Kimbrel, Sir Anthony Dominguez, and Jose Alvarado came in and, you know, did their thing to close out the remaining 4 innings, which was real good to see. Let's see. Yeah, Josh Harrison was one of the ones that hit a home run, and Jake Cave was on base. And then the rest for us were, Alec Boehm hit a single, which allowed someone to score. Josh Harrison hit a single, which allowed someone to score. I don't remember if we had too many other, like home runs, but I'm trying to remember. I think it was in like one certain inning. Yeah, it was really in the bottom of the third that Wheeler like let up a lot of that, and yeah, it was mainly the third, because everything else, you know, he was doing pretty good with like getting strikeouts, getting people out. Sometimes it was a line drive. Sometimes it was a line out. And, he did pretty good. But again, he just was kind of struggling at some points. But, we did pretty well this game. And then we headed into the doubleheader. And like I mentioned, we didn't score. We lost 0-3. And this one's really on the offense, which I know a lot of people are going to be kind of surprised about. But yeah, we only had one hit on the day, and that came from Brandon Marsh. And I don't know, it was just a tough game for the team. Like I said, a lot of people were going to be surprised I'm blaming the offense, because a lot of people are going to bring up, Bailey Falter. He let up that 3-run home run, but when you actually were watching the game and when you looked at it, he let the 3-run home run up in the first inning. And from there, completely dominant. Went 7 innings. He struck out. Where is it? He struck out. See, why isn't this thing showing me? Struck out 3 people. I don't think that's correct. At least not from the game. Or maybe maybe I'm thinking of a different pitcher. Yeah, I don't know. But Falter did pretty good, other than that 3-run home run. He went 7 innings and, didn't let up anything after that. Which honestly surprised me that, he went out there and went the 7 innings. Like, I was real surprised, but he did pretty good. But again, like I mentioned, he is going to get anything done after that, which, was confusing in a sense, because it's just like, come on, how can you not at least get one score? Like, how do you only get one hit, But maybe I shouldn't be surprised. This is the same team that got no hit in the World Series, to my disappointment. The next game after that, to close out, we won 5-2 behind Walker's performance at pitching. This was the one I didn't get to see. I can't remember why I didn't get to see. Likely was probably when it... I don't know. Maybe I did watch this one. Maybe I didn't watch the entirety of it, and that's why I didn't count it. Because that's a thing. I'm counting the games I watch in their entirety, not when I hop in like halfway through. But it was still a pretty good game. 2 hits from Bryson Stott with 1 RBI. Trey Turner had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Nick Castellanos had a hit and an RBI. Brandon Marsh had 2 hits and an RBI. Looking through... Taiwan Walker went 5 innings. He only had the 2 earned runs. But yeah, we did pretty well here. Brandon Marsh had a home run. Trey Turner had a home run. I think this was his first of the season, which I think I was mad about because I missed it. But still, it was nice to walk out, and No, I think I was correct when I said it last episode that the Phillies have yet to win a series against a team, I think. I'm pretty sure I was correct in saying that, but we walk in here to Chicago and leave with what is that? 1, 2. Oh, sorry, no, that's Cincinnati. We technically won 2-1. Yeah, and then we move on to Colorado. And first game was tough, This was another one I didn't get to watch, but that's because something was happening this day. But they lose 0-5. Strom pitched to this game, and I forget what did Strom do. Strom only went 5 innings. Okay, yeah, no. There was a game. I'm telling you, I feel like it was that game against the Rockies where I could have sworn Falter struck out more people. I don't know why this thing's saying that it was only 3 people, but I literally remember that there was a game where, I'm 100% sure it was Falter and he was just striking people out, because they made note of it that other than the 3-run home run that he let up, he was just putting the team on his back in a sense. But I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering the games. But yeah, we start off Colorado series losing 0-5. It was tough, like I said. couldn't really do much that game, and pitching wasn't all that well. But in the next game, when was this? April 21st. I think I caught this game, but not in its full. We had a pretty good game. Kyle Schwarber had 2 hits, 1 RBI. Jake Cave had 1 RBI. Edmundo Sosa had an RBI. And wait, let me see the score. 4-3. I think. Oh man, I'm struggling to remember this. We went down 3-0 early because Nola let up a home run to Ryan McMahon, and that put us down 3-0 early. Couldn't get much going until I believe it was the bottom of the 4th, where I think this is where we had bases loaded, I'm pretty sure. And this is where I think this was the one where like the pitcher the pitcher had like some type of error and disallowed Castellanos to score. It moved Marsh to third, Realmuto to second, and then Jake Cave hit a single which allowed Marsh to score, and so that put us at 3-2. And still, innings that followed, we were still pretty behind. Shout out to Nola, who, despite having that mess up, with the 3-run home run, he basically went after that, didn't allow anything. Kyle Schwarber comes up to tie the game when he hits a home run. And then it's at the top of the 8th where Sir Anthony Dominguez finally comes in to replace Nola. So Nola went 7 full innings. That's what we want to see more out of him. Obviously not the home run, but that's what we want to see more out of him. Philly fans are really divided on how to feel about Nola this season, and they're even starting to feel divided on Zach Wheeler because of some of the games we've seen out of them. But Sir Anthony Dominguez comes in, keeps the tie going for us. Then JT hits a double, so he's on second. And then Sosa hits a single to left field. This allows Realmuto to score. And finally, Jose Alvarado comes in and does what he always does. Doesn't let anyone score, and we win this game 4-3. That one was a good game. I remember watching that because I remember Sosa having essentially the game-winning hit. And, real quickly, if I remember correctly, line out to third 2 times. He had both defensive plays that at the very end of the game. So an absolute great game from Sosa in that one. I remember that one, real good game from Sosa. And then the next game that followed was the one I watched on Saturday, April 22nd against the Rockies. This one we also ended up winning 4-3. Let's see. Nick Castellanos had 3 runs, 2 RBIs, and I remember this game specifically for one reason. Pache also had 2 RBIs, which was real good, but I remember this game because I missed the first home run from Nick Castellanos on the year, Nick Castellanos, everyone's been saying it, some are saying it jokingly, some are being for real, but Nick Castellanos is back, man. This man has been hitting some crazy, or not hitting crazy, but you could technically say hitting crazy. I mean, I don't think he leads anymore in doubles. I know Brandon Marsh still leads in triples because I remember seeing that graphic, but I don't think he leads in doubles anymore. But that doesn't mean that he hasn't been going crazy. And a lot of people were like, okay, but we need him to hit home runs, and a lot of people were saying, be patient. You gotta wait. Be happy that he's getting in this groove where he can get himself on base. He can advance runners, And next thing you know, we come into this game, start off the first inning 0-0. Sanchez and Freeland were going at it, not allowing anything. Sanchez, top of the second, doesn't allow anything. There was a double, but the Phillies make quick work. Bottom of the second, Nick Castellanos comes on. Home run to deep left field. We don't do much after that. Then, the Rockies are able to score 1 because of I forget how this one happened, honestly. I forgot when watching this. But yeah. Then we come back in the bottom of the third, and Pache hits a home run to deep center field, and this allows Marsh to score as well, who was on base. He got walked, so that puts us up 3-1. But then, the Rockies come back. Daza hits a double to center field, and this allows Ryan McMahon to score, who got on because of, I forget how he got on, but so that allows one to score. So it's 3-2. We're trying to maintain the lead, and then in the fifth inning, what's it called? I'm not even gonna try and attempt to pronounce this guy's name, but the Rockies hit a sacrifice fly, and this allows Charlie Blackmon to score, and Profar's at second, but then CJ Cron goes out swinging. Funny enough, it was funny to see, CJ Cron, playing, because of, I think, how I ended off the last episode talking about how some Philly fans want the Phillies to trade for him as like a fill-in at first base for the rest of the year. But honestly, I don't think we need it. I think you could, after watching all these games, I think you could easily run a lineup of Bohm at first, Sosa at third, Harper once he's fully healed back in the outfield, and having someone like, well, see, it's tough though. You could have Brandon Marsh as the designated hitter, but like, I don't know if I'm the only one like on this, like, not necessarily hype train, but like, cause I mean, everyone's like buying into him because of well, some people obviously everyone's like saying it's not gonna be fully sustainable for a season, but he's been playing really well. He leads the league in 2 categories that doesn't include triples. I think it's like OPS and something else, but a part of me doesn't want to lose that defense of his, so maybe I know a lot of fans wouldn't like be too keen about it because of the contract, but maybe Castellanos a designated hitter instead, just so we can keep Brandon Marsh at a center field, because he's really good out there. But coming back to the game, we're tied 3-3, just keep going. And then we get to the bottom of the 6th, and what do you know? Nick Castellanos again, second home run to deep left field and center. Absolutely amazing game from him, as I mentioned. And then, we go the rest of the game, maintaining that lead. Sir Anthony Dominguez, Craig Kimbrell, they're able to maintain that lead for us. Real good game. Real fun game to watch, especially seeing Nick Castellanos hit those 2 home runs. It was real fun. And then finally, we got our game on Sunday, which I didn't get to watch because the MLB does not know how to market. And by that, I mean, why is there not just one specific place to watch baseball? Why do we have to go to Apple TV, to Peacock, which is what this game was on? All this stuff, and it's so annoying, man. It's so annoying that you have your games all over the place. Sometimes they're only shown on TV, sometimes they're only shown here, there. It's so annoying, and it sucks because it was a real good game for the Phillies that ended up missing, where they won 9-3, and you got 2 RBIs out of Bryson Stott, an RBI out of Trey Turner, 2 RBIs out of Brandon Marsh, 1 out of JT, 2 out of Alec Bohm, 1 out of Cody Clemens. Cody Clemens hit a home run, which was crazy. Zach Wheeler went 6 innings. Similar to like what we've seen before. He led up like an early, I forget, I think it was the 4th inning. I'll check the play-by-play. But I think it was the 4th inning. Yeah, the 4th inning, Wheeler had a very confusing inning, He let up a single to Profar. He let up a single to McMahon. There was a wild pitch which allowed Profar to go to third and McMahon to go to second. He walks CJ Cron. He strikes out the next guy, but then he hits Daza, so that allows Profar to score and the runners to advance. A sacrifice fly is hit that allows McMahon to score. A single to right field is hit, which allows Cron to score. And then finally, he strikes someone out. Tough to watch, but, it was one of those things where after that, he kind of got back into his groove. Going back, bottom of the 1st, Trey Turner hit a early single home run to deep left field. Hoping to see more of that, A lot of fans were joking around saying, he wasted a lot of his home run power in the baseball classic. But, a lot of people have been saying, oh, this is a common occurrence for Trey Turner. He strikes out a lot, or like not necessarily strikes out a lot, but he goes out swinging basically, and doesn't get a whole lot of walks. So, I like what so far Thompson's been doing. Moving people around, really trying to see where these guys can hit best in the lineup. After this, like I mentioned, after that, Kyle Schwarber gets walked. Nick Castellanos hits a single. Brandon Marsh gets walked. JT, I forget what happens with JT, but Schwarber scores. Castellanos goes to third. Realmuto's at first. I forget how that happens. And then JT steals second. Alec Boehm gets a hit, and Castellanos scores. JT goes to third. And then there's a fly ball. So we get back the lead 4-3. You kind of see some like little bits of back and forth, but like I said, Zach Wheeler got back on it after that. And then it wasn't until the bottom of the seventh that Alec Boehm hit a double, which allowed JT to score, who walked on the previous play. And then Bryson Stott hit a home run, and that allowed him and Boehm to score. So that put us up 7-3. And of course, that wasn't the end of it, because then in the bottom of the eighth, Brandon Marsh hit a home run where Pache was on base as well. So that put us up 9-3. Wheeler recovered. Everyone did their thing. And we win 3 games in a row and the series against the Rockies, correct? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 3-1. We win that series. We're going to Seattle for the next 3 games. I think we're at Seattle, but I don't know that for sure. Could be wrong, but Seattle isn't doing too hot either. No, it's at Citizens Bank. Okay, Seattle is similar to us. They're at 10-12. We're at 11-12. They've played 1 less game than us. And in their last 10 games, we've won our last 3. They've won 2 out of their last 3. It's sort of looking to be similar. Obviously, I can't speak too much because I'm still learning more about these other teams that aren't the Phillies. Taijuan Walker's pitching. This is today, actually, right? Oh, wait. Wait, did I skip a game? My bad. Let's see. Tuesday. Yeah, no, this is... I clicked the Wednesday one. No wonder. Wait, no, Taiwan's not pitching that game then. Falter's pitching today. Yeah, they're 10-12. We're 11-12. Playing today, and like I said, it looks very similar. They're very similar to us. We're 7-3 in our last 10. They're 6-4. In the last 20, we're 11-9, and in their last 20, they're 9-11. They're 7-9 at home, but they're 3-3 away. We're 6-4 at home, but we're 5-8 away. Should be an interesting matchup nonetheless, It's going to be one to really look out for. And after that, like I said, gets to a real struggle point, because after that, you got to go and face Houston for 3 games at Houston. And then you got to face the Dodgers for 3 games at LA. But maybe I don't have to be too worried about LA because of their struggles lately. They're 12-11, which is obviously above 500, but you're like, oh, what do you mean their struggles? I don't know. It seems anytime I catch a game when I'm out and they're like showing it like on the TVs, it's like, I don't know, man. It seems like they're struggling, especially like in that Cubs series, man. Like they were not doing too hot in that Cubs series, and they ended up winning. Never mind. They did do pretty well. My bad. It's just because the one game I saw, they lost 13-0 to the Cubs, and that one wasn't a beautiful game. But then there was also that was the same game. That was the same game where Smiley lost that game because of his catcher. Couldn't believe watching that, but yeah, definitely something to be worried about is having to play the Dodgers. And first the Astros and then the Dodgers right after. That's gonna be a tough 6-game stretch. Got Boston afterwards, but Let's see. Tuesday. I think the next time we record talking about the Phillies, we'll have played one game in LA, but other than that, just kind of proud of where the guys are at right now. 3-game win streak, hoping they can extend it against the Mariners, hoping they can break even, and especially right before a real tough series above going back to Houston to play and having to play the Dodgers, hoping they can really get some momentum heading into the month of May, and just hoping and praying for all our injured guys to come back, whether it's Harper or Suarez, Ranger, just hoping for all of them to come back, and just can't wait to see what this lineup can do in full. A lot of people don't believe we'll make the playoffs. Really a toss-up at this point, but hey, it was like the same thing last year, so just holding out hope for this team, the best for them,